So when we're talking about consultations, my consultations are hair consultations. I've been in the industry of natural hair pretty much since I was a little girl because I started out natural, right? And then, of course, obviously, I went into perms, and my mom. I went into Jerry curl first, then I went into perms because I cut all my hair off behind the bathroom door one time when I had nice, beautiful Afro hair, and then my mom was a hairstylist, so that I went into now a Jerry curl. When she like cut my hair down and made it even, I went into a Jerry curl, and then from there, from a Jerry curl and not being, not really resonating with my mom and the vibe of my hair, then we went into perm. Now, I know you have to know that wasn't a good move to go from chemical to chemical. So, of course, after that, my hair was never really the same. I was always the like no hair girl. So my hair never really grew back. You feel me? And then when it did grow back, I would have the new growth, and I guess the new growth would last too long or whatever. But then the back of my hair would start cutting off and stuff like that. But the whole point is I went through this long journey of perming and trying to fit in and never really fitting in because my ponytails were really pigtails. Because I remember them big old scrunchies we used to have back in the day. We still got them now, but them big old scrunchies, like, they would just cover up my hair. They would always fall off because my ponytail was a pigtail. It was too short. And so after going through this journey of time and never really being excited about my hair, I would put braids. My mother would put the occasional braids in my hair. So that was good. And I would get my hair braided. I loved when I had braids, to be honest. And as I got older into my teenage years, I decided at the age of 16 to go ahead and go natural. So I went natural, and I just kind of was just braiding and braiding. I was, at that point, I was already a hair braider. I had already been taking clients from the age of 10 in the basement. I had a cousin, Tanya. Shouts out to you, Tanya. True. I used to, do her hair, braid her hair in the basement. She was my consistent client at the age of 10. And I would just kind of roll up like that. I started doing braids for myself, for my dance team. I was in a dance group. I would do braids for them. And so that's what I would do, just braids, twist, braids, twist. That's what I would do until, the age of 18, when I decided to go to hair school. And when I went to hair school, I found out that I was taught not to use hair oil on hair. And that was the worst thing that I could do for hair, was put hair oil. But you have to understand, I came from a background that my family members, that's my mother, that's all she used. She used so much oil that we would be like the shiny girls. Like, me and my sisters would be the shiny girls. My hair was just so greasy at all times. But it always made my hair look so neat. That's what I remember. People always said that my hair was so neat because it was oily. My sister's hair was so neat. And I contribute that to the fact that she was a really good hair braider, a hair parter. She had experience, but she used a lot of that Dax oil, and that she used a lot of that pink lotion. Y'all know about them oils? She used those things. And so those things actually changed how my hair looked, and so I remember that growing up, and and over time, coming out to South Florida and having clients and doing clients' hair, I started to realize that I had to put a lot of moisturizer in their hair in order to replenish what was lacking, that they were told not to put in their hair, and rejuvenate the hair and bring the hair back to life. Because what I looked at is that all the chemicals that were sold either from the salon or that were sold from the beauty supply, all had tremendous amount of chemicals, a tremendous amount of chemicals. And I would take time, because at that time, in that period, I had decided to go vegan, and I decided to go plant-based and herbal-based. I always came from a background of plant-based or herbal teas. My grandmother was a farmer, and my mom was always big on like herbal teas to drink. And so I decided to look into the products and to see what herbs were in the products. But what, to my surprise, most of these products didn't really have real herbs in it. It just had fragrance. And so I started researching these herbs and what these herbs and what these fragrances actually did for the body. In my studies of the herbs, I also studied what these chemicals in the hair products did to the body. And it was tremendous. Different ailments, diseases, cancer, so on and so forth, and many, many more. So I decided I was not going to pay the high price to get an expensive product to put into my client's hair that was going to damage their hair and potentially have their hair to fall out. So I decided to go into researching products that I can use that would actually nurture my client's hair and scalp and rejuvenate their hair and scalp. And I was able to find some local brands and be able to support these local brands. And over as time went by, I remember being in the salon where I was the only natural hairstylist in the salon, where, people would only come to me. And I remember people telling me I wasn't going to make any money if I didn't do, the perms and the weaves and the things of that nature. But I decided that I was natural already. And I had decided to go from my afro to my 2-strand twist and to my locks at the age of 18. And I decided from that point on, I was just going to stay in that realm. And so I had clients, and in the beginning it was really rough, but over time, I started to create a lot of income just by following my heart and my vision. And I would leave sometimes, during the day with $1,000 in pocket. But that's really working like a Hebrew slave. I'm talking about starting at 7 and then like ending at like 2 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes I never was able to go, celebrate any events, holidays. I was working, right? Because I had so much passion about sharing and uplifting the people with using proper shampoos, proper conditioners, proper hair treatments, and proper oils, essential oils for their hair. And over time, with that passion that I had, I decided to open a shop in my home and have my clients come there where I can treat their hair and also share with them these natural shakes that I used to drink and vegan, plant-based foods I used to eat. So it was a whole culture of that type of love that I would share with my clients. And then one day I decided to come up with my own hair products that I created in my kitchen that I started using on myself and started using on my hair and body. And that's over time, just using that on my clients, they ended up liking it. So I started sharing it with them so that they can go home and treat their hair. They didn't have to wait for the 2-week appointment to come back to get their hair treated, or the 1 week. They could treat in between. And that's what I loved. When they came back, they were still moisturized. They weren't itchy. Their hair wasn't falling out. And so I decided to come up with my own product line, and I came up with a name, and the name was called Naturally Clean Organics. And that's the product line that I'm the founder of, which is 100% plant-based, natural essential oils and fragrances that I researched that will help to nourish the hair, that will help to moisturize the hair from root to hair follicle to the tip. And now from this day forward, I'm so blessed to have this product on the market to share it with you and your family and my family, because we were the first ones to use it, and my clients, and till this day. And it's been a number of years now. 2013 is when we started, and now we're bringing that product to the world, Naturally Clean Organics. So I'm super excited about my journey. It was rough in the beginning, but it turned out to be a beautiful blessing of following my heart and going along with what I felt was best for you. And so that's basically it. Thank you so much. My name is Sistah Najeebah, as they call me in the natural hair loctician industry. And I look forward to sharing more of these talks and more of this information with my people all around the world. Peace and love. Oh yeah, and come get a hair consultation with me on IamNajeebah.com. And so we can talk and we can help you with your hair questions, hair problems. We have a forum on there as well that you could also, get into the forum, and we can go back and forth, and I can be able to help you with your hair issues. Love you.